You should never try to get somebody to like you, such as if you're trying to find, or you think you found somebody that you're interested in to have a relationship with. And you could apply this to a friendship, or even, just anyone you're trying, or you think you could get along with, or you might have some kind of chemistry, or you like them. So of course, naturally, when we're thinking this way, we'd want what we think is good, what we think would be great. Why wouldn't you want to have a positive experience with anything, or a really nice connection with whatever it is? Nevertheless, we're talking about another human here that we are having feelings for, and good thoughts towards, and all that. So it's while it seems great and all, because we pretty much apply this same logic to almost anything, right? If you like something, you want something, you're desiring something, or you are perceiving there to be some kind of positive outcome or experience that you could have with almost anything, why wouldn't you continue to think about it, right? I mean, why wouldn't you try to find a way to have that experience? So naturally, when we're thinking this way, we're going to be getting ourselves to somehow acquire, somehow get more involved with, somehow get that person's attention towards us. And I'd like to say this is a problem. This is a really big problem, because ultimately, well, first off, humans aren't objects, right? I mean, when we desire almost anything in this world that's not a human, we treat it as it is an object. It can be, acquired. It could be accepted. You could leave it. You could break it. You could pretty much do it anything you want with almost any object, right? You could take care of it. You could not. You could get bored of it. And comparing this to another person is to think, well, we really want it because there's something good that we're thinking about. So why not? But humans aren't objects, right? You can't just like someone or think it's going to be good or highly desire this person, or just be very interested in wanting to get to know more of, and then you're really not that interested, or you find that you get bored, or who knows, over time, you place this same interest upon another person. So that there's someone else that you're more interested in spending time with and getting to know and being a part of and all that. So it's like people shouldn't be looked at like an object. We look at objects just like this all the time. But people aren't objects. That's number one. Number two, whomever you're interested in may not be interested in you. They could probably care less about you. They're not thinking about you. They're not interested at all. They don't desire you. They don't want you. You could almost even seem nothing to them. Now, I'm not saying that's the case. I'm not saying they're even thinking anything negative about you. But what I'm saying is, maybe they don't really care. And why should they if they have no interest? That's number two. You have to let people have their own desires, their own interests. I'm not saying you can't try to get them interested. I'm not saying you should just avoid it. But what I'm saying is, whatever you do, respect their boundaries, number one. And number two, let them decide upon your putting your interest out there if they're interested. If they're not, you move on. They're not an object to attain. They're someone that should have free will, and that should be respected, just like you do. what if you're not interested in somebody? What if you don't like someone or anything in this world that you don't like? Why should that be constantly put into your attention? Like you could just have enough of whatever it may be and be like, I don't like that. I don't want that. Right? You have the right to do that. Give that right to another person. And number 3. Would you rather have someone be interested in you because they truly are interested in you? And that doesn't mean it's going to go anywhere or be anything fantastic or anything great or even have any good experiences. But would you rather them want to look into that more? Into who you are or, whatever may be there that they're interested in? Or would you rather you force them to be interested in you? Now, a lot of people force other people, even if they don't realize they're forcing another person, because they're being manipulative. They're trying to convince that person that they're good. They're trying to get that person's attention when they are trying to be perceived as being confident or intelligent or funny or even good looking. They'll take care of their body more. And that they'll even change their interest in a way that seem more attractive. Like, wow, you're interested in that? Or, this is about you. I didn't realize. And eventually they'll start to realize and they'll have more interest in that. And that may seem good and all, but you're giving off this false sense of yourself for another person to believe is this real sense of who you are. And that's not accurate at all. How long is that going to last? And when are they going to realize the actual truth? When are you going to get bored of that persona? Or what about them? Because when people are truly interested in another person, what's going to make that relationship really successful is if they actually care about you. You mean something to them. I'm not saying anything else that's a part of a relationship isn't important at all. No. The type of chemistry. Do you get along? Do you feel good around them? Right? What about sexual chemistry? Or just basic intimate chemistry? Do you like to be close to them? Or your interests. You don't have to necessarily have interests aligned with another person, but for the most part, you respect each other's interests, and maybe you can get along with different interests, and maybe you're willing to even explore that. And who knows, maybe you'll have really good connections with another person of interest that you didn't even think were even possible. So, how you get along and all that is great and all, but then we have to throw in what someone's values. What do they believe? What's important to them and why? And when did they develop that belief? And how long has that been going on? And have they been growing within that belief? And how are they able to do that? Do they believe in being an honest person? Do they believe in being a faithful person, and why? What are their experiences with all that? So it's like the values and the interests and the connections and all that's good, but none of that means anything if they actually don't care about you. So, how do you get to know if somebody really cares about you? Well, that's the whole point. You try to realize that. You try to understand if that exists and to what degree. Is it just going to eventually leave and not really be there? So, the point is, to all this, there's nothing wrong with having an interest in whomever. There's nothing wrong with that at all. That's very healthy. It's natural. But at the same time, do you let them have their own interest? Do you let them have their own disinterest? Do you even care whether that exists within them to any degree at all? So you don't really care about them. So you might be a good fit for someone that doesn't care about you. I wonder what kind of relationship that's going to be.